Good morning, students. So, we were doing accounting from incomplete records, right? And we will solve few more problems today, right? And then today we will move to statement of affairs method. In case of accounting from incomplete record, they will give you incomplete set of recording and you have to find out the net profit and loss and prepare the balance sheet. So there are two ways of finalizing account in case of incomplete system of recording. One is the conversion method where you prepare debtor, creditors, furniture, right? Cash, bank, right? And you find out the missing figure and you accordingly you prepare trading PL and balance sheet. So we have done 8 sums as of now. Today we will do few more and then we will move to second method, that is statement of affairs method. And in case of statement of affairs method, profit is calculated by comparing capital account balances, right? So let us read problem number 9. It's a very important problem for your exam. Question number 9. Right? Very important sum for your examination. I guess it is very clear to all of you. Okay. So, following is the balance sheet of retail business of D as at the beginning of a period, right? They have given capital balance, liability for goods and liability for rent. So liability for goods is nothing other than creditors and liability for rent. Then you have non-current asset, you have furniture. Then current asset, you have stock, debtor, cash at bank and cash in hand, right? So these are the information given to us. You are furnished with the following information. D sell his goods at a profit of 20% on sale. The profit margin is provided to us. Goods are sold for both cash and credit. Credit customers pay by check only, means collection from debtors is purely in our bank account. Payment for purchases are always made by check, means any payment to credit is made through bank. It is the practice of D to send to the bank every weekend the collection of the week after paying every week salary of 300, sundry expenses of 50 and personal expenses of 100. Fine. Now, they have given analysis of the bank passbook for the 13 weeks period ending 31st March. So how many weeks in a year? 52. How many weeks in a quarter? 13. Right? So 13 weeks period ending 31st March. So they have given us details for 13 weeks. Anyway, payment to creditor, payment of rent up to March, amount deposited into bank include 30,000 received from debtors by check. Okay. Following are the balances on 31st of March. They have given us stock balance, debtor balance, creditor balance. On the evening of 31st March, the cashier absconded with the available cash in the cash box. There were no cash deposit in the week ended on that date. You are required to prepare a statement showing the amount of cash defalcated by the cashier and also a profit and loss account and balance sheet as on that date. Now listen to me very carefully. This is one of the very important problem for your examination, right? It's a clear case of cash defalcation. So there are like this, whatever, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 12, 13 weeks. Now whatever cash is collected, and usually cash is collected from cash sales, because whatever credit sales you make, credit sales collection is done through bank. Credit customers pay by check only. So whatever cash collection you have, that is from purely cash sales, minus every week expenses, this is deposited into bank. So we have done it for 12 week. 13th week, cash defalcated. So 13th week, instead of depositing into bank, the cashier ran away. Right? So simply from total collection, I will subtract every week expenses minus amount deposited. Remaining one will be cash defalcated. Cash collected from cash sales minus every week expenses minus amount deposited into bank, right? Usually whatever you collect after meeting expense, that should be deposited. But 13th week you collected, you paid expenses, but you did not deposit. So that amount which should have been deposited in the 13th week, that is cash defalcation. Yes or no? It is the practice of the person to send to the bank every weekend. Right? What is this practice? Is to send every weekend the collection of the week after paying every week salary of 300 to clerk, sundry expenses of 50 and personal expenses of 100. Is that fine? I guess things are absolutely clear to all of you. Right? Okay, fine. So, in order to find out this cash defalcation, we have to prepare a cash and bank. Right? Now, then they have told us to prepare profit and loss. So in that case, we have to prepare trading account also. So in order to prepare trading account, we have to find out purchases and sale. Yes or no? We have to find out what? Purchases and sale. For that, we have to prepare debtor and creditors. Okay. So let us start. First of all, we have to find out cash defalcation. Working note number 1. So in order to find out cash defalcation, we will prepare cash and bank combined. Sorry, cash and bank separately, because in this problem we know that which transactions have taken through bank and which transactions have taken through cash. So we call it as cash book. Now the cash balance is 2,000. Bank balance is 14,500. Right? Now, it is the practice of D to send to the bank every weekend the collection of the week after paying every week salary of 300. It means 300 into 13, 3,900 salaries has been paid. Sundry expenses 50 into 13, 650. 100 into 13, 1300, right? Okay. So whatever castles we have, after paying these expenses, deposit, right? So cash sales we had for 13 weeks, expenses we had for 13 weeks, but deposit we did for 12 weeks. So the balancing figure will be what? Cash defalcation. That is what I was trying to explain. I collected, I paid for expenses, I deposit. But 13th week I collected, I paid for expenses, but I did not deposit. That is cash defalcation. Yes or no? Is that fine? So now, paid to creditors 75. So by creditors, 75,000 will be paid out of bank. By rent, 4,000 paid out of bank. Right? Now, amount deposited including 30,000 received from debtors by check. So first of all, two debtors, this is purely directly will be deposited into bank. This will be directly deposited into bank, yes or no? Now out of 25, 30,000 is directly deposited because credit customers pay by check only. So that instead of keeping it in cash and then passing contra, you can show directly debit to bank account. Now remaining 95 will be shown as contra. So by bank contra 95,000 is deposited. Right? To cash contra 95,000 is deposited into bank. Is that fine? Now, if I come to know how much is cash collected, so automatically I will come to know cash defalcation. This is collected, this is expenses paid, this is deposited. So remaining will be cash defalcated. So from an account I cannot get two missing figures. So anyway I have to calculate this cash collected. And regarding bank, you can see that these are your collection, these are your payment. So bank we can get normal closing balance. Just do it. 14,500 plus 30,000 plus 95 minus 75 minus 4. So that is 60,500. So bank I can easily have the closing balance as balancing figure. So I got stuck, right? Now this cash collected is purely cash sales, because this is collection out of credit sales. So cash collected will be deposited in cash books. From there expenses will be paid and then amount will be deposited into the bank every week. So the bank balance I got very easily, no problem, not an issue. The balancing figure of bank will be the closing bank balance. But from cash I need cash defalcation. That can I only get when I know cash collected out of cash sales. So from somewhere or the other I have to find out cash sales. Right now. So now this is incomplete. So in order to complete this I have to think. Now they have given us GP percentage. Somehow if I can calculate purchases, right? Somehow if I can calculate purchases, then in that case I can easily get opening plus purchase minus closing as COGS. I have this profit percentage with me, I'll get sales. And if I prepare debtors, I'll get credit sales. So from sales, if I subtract credit sales, I'll get cash sales, and that cash sales I'll put it here. So anyway, I have to prepare creditors account. 20,500 opening balance. $36,500 two banks 75,000 has been paid. So by purchases I got as balancing figure 75 plus 36,500 minus 20,500. That is coming to 91,000. Now I'll get COGS, opening plus purchase minus closing. So what is opening stock? One lakh 21,000. COGS plus profit. So that's 20% on sales. 1 by 5 on sale means 1 by 4 on 1,21,000. $151,250. Is that fine? So by preparing creditors I got purchases, I have the GP percentage, so I got sales. Now I will find out credit sales. So what is the opening balance of debtor? 25. The closing balance of debtor is 30. By bank, checks collected is 30,000. So two sales. This is credit sales 35. Yes or no? So therefore, cash sales will be 151 250 minus 35. 116250. Is that fine? So now two sales, note 4, 116250. So automatically this will be balancing figure, cash defalcation. $17,400. So this chapter is all about finding out the links and calculating the missing figures. Is that fine? So by preparing cash and bank, from cash I came to know cash defalcation, and banks I got closing bank balance. So in order to find out this cash defalcation, I need cash collected out of cash sales. For that I got first of all sales and then I got cash sales. So I calculated purchases, then sales, then credit, then I got cash sales. Is that fine? Yes or no? Okay. So now they have asked us to prepare trading and PL. Trading and PL account for the 13-week ending Is that fine? Okay. So first we have opening stock, that is 70. Now purchases I have already got 121. When I prepared, sorry, purchases I got 191, sorry. I have already prepared creditors, got credit purchase, and that is my total purchase. Similarly, sales I have also calculated 151, 250. Closing stock also I know. How much? It's given 40,000. So there are no other expenses, so I'll get gross profit carried down. That is 30,250. I've already got that as working note. You can have a look. Is that fine? Once I have done this account preparation part, everything is okay after that. Gross profit brought down 30,250. Then the PL part, I have salaries 3,900. I have sundry expenses 650. I have rent also. Up to March it is 4,000 paid and outstanding is 1,000, so that will be adjusted. So rent for these 13-week period will be 3,000. Right? 13-week salary is 3,900, sundry expenses and then rent. But rent will be taken after adjustment. Now goods destroyed by fire is usually debited to PL. Similarly, cash defalcation will also be debited to PL. The alternative treatment is you can directly subtract from capital account, but here you can show it as debit to PL 17,400, and then I will get 2 net profit 30,250 minus 3,900 minus 650 minus 3,000 minus 17,400. So that comes to 5,300 is my net profit. Right? Now we have to prepare the balance sheet part. That is also very easy because they have given us the opening balance sheet and the opening capital is 1 lakh. I simply prepare balance sheet as on capital. Add net profit minus drawings. I guess this is absolutely fine. Yes or no? Then all the closing assets liabilities में you have creditors 36,500. Then assets you have furniture 10,000 as it is. Stock closing 40. Debtor closing 30. Bank 6,500. Cash is defalcated. That has already been debited to PL. Right. So 1,04,000 plus 36,500. 140,500. 10,000 plus 40,000 plus 80,000 plus 60,500. So the balance sheet preparation is very easy. Right? So this is one of the very important problem. It has come many times in a past examination. They will simply ask you to find out the cash defalcation figure. So this discussion was very important. Whatever you collect minus week expenses in cash, rest you deposit. You are doing it for 12 weeks, but 13th week you collected, you paid expense, but you did not deposit. So if I take total collection of 13 weeks minus expenses of 13 weeks, then deposit of 12 weeks. So automatically the one which should have been deposited in the 13th week, that is defalcated. So in account also we have done this thing. This is for 13 weeks. This is for 13 week. This is for 12 week. So automatically it is defalcation. Now in order to get this cash sales, I prepared creditors. First I got my purchases. The sequence is like this. First I got my purchases. Then I got COGS. Then I got sales. Then I got credit sales. And then I got cash sales. And then I got cash defalcation. So this sequence you can only follow when you practice a lot. Now this sequence, it's not a uniform set of principles that you are going to apply for every sum. In some cases they might give you directly sales. So you may not have to carry out this first two. Right. Now since we had this purchases, sales, so automatically I got this. Put up all the expenses. Right.